Now, starting off with an electrical and electronic engineering graduate by the name Bill Clinton Mugai, who's taken to his socials to express his struggle in getting employment after graduating with first-class honors. Content creator and tech influencer Daddy Mato begs to differ. Now, he states that it is too early for a 2021 graduate to lose hope only 1 year after you've graduated. Come on. Elsewhere, a young Malawian woman whose academic qualification has been revoked by her former university after she recorded herself burning her business administration degree, claiming it's not useful, as, you know, it's just she hadn't landed a job and she was frustrated. She was upset. Is Gen Z getting it all wrong, Mato? Maybe you want to answer, clarify, expound?
I'll probably have Cindy and Miss Bishar, give their opinion on this, because I went. Oh, it was a long weekend of giving comments on this.
I imagine I totally agree with you. I feel if you graduated last year and you haven't gotten a job and now you want to quit and be a content director, that's a bit on the offside for me. I feel, where is the resilience? Where is the ability to, I'm hearing some music in the, is it my phone? Okay, no. I'm like, where's anyway, where is your ability to stick it out? Some of us tarmacked for 2, 3, 5 years, did free jobs, internships before we finally got a gig. So I actually agree with you, Mato. It's a sense of entitlement. We're in this get rich quick schemes and everybody wants to be an influencer. What guys don't know, if I can use you an example, I knew Mato from way back when he was stronger. Alikuwa stronger. Atanga vilona mwana siku hizi, he's polished himself. It took a while for him to get to where he is and to get the gigs that he's booking and to make the money that he's booking. So if you think that it is difficult to look for a job, wait till you start content creation from zero.
Cindy,
premium tiers loading.
Oh God, I hate to be the Gen Z rep on, no, actually I like it. I like being the Gen Z rep on the trend. I disagree with you guys in the sense that some of us tarmacked for 3-5 years is a fact, but doesn't mean that that's how it should be. I think resilience is great and it should be taught, but 1 year out of school with a first-class degree and no job, if he's been putting the effort in, because of course you don't know what that's looked like on his end.
Masters.
Oh yes, and a master's as well. Like, that's ridiculous to say that you've been looking for a job for a year plus. It should not be the case. It is the case. A lot of us have had to do it. So many people go even 3, 4, 5 years without an internship, even an unpaid one. But that should not be the case. So I understand his frustration 100%. And we need to let go of, one, the idea that because we went through it, other people have to go through it. It's okay that they have it easier than us. We should make it easier for them. If there's one thing we should do is make it easier for the next generation.
No, No, Cindy, I completely agree with Mariam. And what she's trying to say is, no, listen. So I was talking to this was about maybe a year or 2 years ago, and I was talking to these aspiring doctors. So they're in med school, and they're saying that their professors and their lecturers were making it intentionally difficult for them to graduate and pass because they also had it really hard. So
who wins in that scenario?
When I was joining the industry, there were so many unnecessary things that people who were older than I was, people who had achieved more than I had ever did, there were things that they were doing that we didn't like. So when you also get into that same position and then you also do the same thing that you didn't like to other people, it doesn't make any sense. True. So I agree with Mariam 100%. Just
make it easier for the next person.
But you see, Mato, it shouldn't be that way though, guys. There are people who in other countries, they just look for
you don't think
a job application in the papers, they apply, they send their email with their qualifications, listen, and they get the job. And it doesn't happen. In our country, all Mariam is saying, listen, no, we all agree. Because we all lived the same difficult life. We all started. How much, okay, so, Mato, the first big gig you had, how much was it paying?
First of all, let me just say this.
Answer my question, how much was it?
The first big gig?
Yes.
The first big, my
first...
Okay,
you know what, the first gig, let me say the first gig. How much
was it?
The
first gig I did was traveling theatre.
How much was it paying?
And I used to come from Thika every single day, from Thika to Nairobi, every single day for rehearsals, and then did the show. I spent approximately 10,000 shillings. This is in 2004. I spent 10,000 shillings for fare and lunch, and I was paid 6,000 shillings.
Okay, Cindy, what about you?
Guys, Cindy,
what about you?
The first gig that I did, this is outside of my 9 to 5.
Yes.
How much money I made? It was
Yeah.
in the 6 figures, yes, but it took a while. I did not just walk in and demand to be given an MC gig.
So there were moments.
When I got into the scene, I was competing against the likes of Caroline Mitoko. I was competing against you. Let me give you, just to give you an example, a real life example. I did not get to MCing where you have gotten to. You sort of got into radio, and then, you know, moving up the ladder was gradual. It wasn't gradual, it was swift, correct me if I'm wrong. And then you started booking gigs.
Yeah.
I had to struggle even getting into the media. I had to beg and squeeze and, you know, so that I could,
Cindy,
get
that's
a chance
okay.
like you.
All journeys
Now,
can be the same.
That was much later,
now
Cindy,
you,
but I did have a lot of
cannot
begging.
be the yardstick. Because
Honestly,
you
Cindy,
can't be
I-
the yardstick
Can
because there aren't many people who have factors that
Yeah.
are aligned the way yours are aligned.
Guys,
now for this young gentleman,
You've
just
been battered
because
by Kenya
give
so
me
bad.
Cindy a chance.
has
Oh,
a
sorry.
master's, and just because he studied and he graduated last year does not mean his stars are going to align like the guys who just graduated and got a job. Stick it out, man. This is life. You can't just give up.
To be
Life
honest,
is hard. It's okay. So can I just say something? Life is hard. You will get battered, yes. But this country has battered you so much that you think that that's the way it should be. When actually you can say, it's okay if I ask for things to be a little bit easier for the next guy than they were
Yeah.
for me.
That's
It's perfectly,
true.
perfectly
Damn,
fine.
I
Also,
mean,
another
I
thing we
share the
need to,
breakup
another
message
thing
on
we
there.
need to
I
let
agree
go
with
of.
both parties,
Another thing we
honestly.
need to let go of is telling people that go to school, you get a job. That's also causing these people
Well,
to
that's
burn
That is
their shoes
agreeable.
and stuff.
That is
That's true.
agreeable.
After
That is agreeable.
Kabisa.
That is agreeable.
Also, it's okay
That
for
is
it to be
agreeable.
easier for other people than it was for you. I think you guys
so
just have to let in on that
we
one.
have to get to the next story, but much I
Madam,
feel like you have a
sijaongea.
very burning point. Okay,
Sijaongea.
go on.
Aya, two things. The reason why this post trended was because
Yes.
I used the word entitlement. And people responding to it were saying that is not entitlement. That is him expressing his frustrations because he did what he was expected to do and he has the right to a good job. Just the fact that you put the words he has a right to a good job, that in itself is the entitlement.
Yes.
No, that's
in dictionary
But-
definition of entitlement.
But you're looking at one comment,
Ngoja,
first of all,
ngoja.
and we all
No.
agree with
Dictionary
it, Macho.
definition of entitlement is having the right to. That is entitlement. Luckily,
Yeah.
that's not the point. Aya, hii mpaka niko na post lazima nisome.
Soma.
Do you know that lions only succeed in a quarter of their hunting attempts? Which means that they fail 75% despair in their pursuit in hunting. Is it because of hunger? No. It is because of planted this seed, it must grow. But you need to remember, nature in itself does not accommodate this.
Yes.
It rains all over the earth, and most of the rains, a bigger percentage of the rain
We're arguing that, you know,